Welcome back to GMA3, everybody. Do we have to keep saying this is our favorite segment of the week? People know by now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so this is our favorite segment of the week, Faith Friday here at ABC. We're excited, of course, for our next guest. She's a podcaster, professor at Duke University Divinity School, and a New York Times best-selling author who's just released now her fourth book. It's called No Cure for Being Human and Other Truths I Need to Hear.
And we are so honored to have her joining us here in studio with some words of encouragement and how to deal with adversity. Please welcome Dr. Kate Bowler. And you know a thing or two about adversity. For people who don't know your backstory, at 35, you were diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. You were given 2 years to live. That is part of the inspiration for this book. But you write about a moment when you went into a hospital gift shop. Tell us about that.
I was fresh from the news. I had just been diagnosed, and this life that I'd really loved, I just kind of realized that that was, in whatever form it was over. And woke up from surgery, and they won't let you go home unless you practice walking. So I was like practicing walking in my little hospital gown, rolling my IV. And I walked past a hospital bookshop and realized there was an enormous display of Joel Osteen's televangelist's Best Life Now books. And that, like, if you have this certain kind of faith that God's going to give you health and wealth and happiness, and I realized that when you have the life that's unsolvable, unfixable, that you have to move forward with somehow, that our culture just really does not have a lot of good language for the problems that persist.
Now, you talk about faith there. We had, what was it, A.R. Bernard was here. He's fond of saying, faith that has not been tested cannot be trusted. But your faith here, people talk about faith being tested, but yours was redefined through this. What do you mean by that?
I guess before I had assumed that faith felt a lot like certainty. It might even, enrich my life with perspective, and that it would somehow make life less painful. And I think what it taught me was that it feels a little bit more like love, because, it helps me pray the prayer that I pray every day, which is just, God, let me see the world as it is. Like, let me have the kind of courage now that I am cracked open, now that I know that there are befores and afters in life. Like, help me have my faith live with courage and honesty and hope in that space instead.
Wow. And I said when I asked you the first question, you were given 2 years to live. Here you are 6 years later, living and loving life. Just your energy and your spirit when you came in here, it's just infectious and contagious. So we're hoping, we always ask our Faith Friday guests to give some words of encouragement, inspiration, which I already know you're going to be really good at as we head into the weekend. So please take it away.
I got some really good advice right when I realized that I wasn't sure how to do this, like live with life as a chronic condition. And I got some wonderful advice from hikers on the Appalachian Trail, because it can be over 2,200 miles, and they tend to overpack. They pack all of their big backpacks with everything they might need because the road is long and because we're all scared. And so in the face of uncertainty, we tend to be carrying really heavy burdens. And so at the very first stop, the hardest and best question they were asked was, is there anything you can set down? So can we set down some of our expectations to be overly positive and cheerful even when we're in pain? Can we set down some of our fears and maybe our unwillingness to ask for help from other people? So I always feel like that's a good question for me. When the road is long, the road is hard, is there anything we can set down?
Thank you so much, Dr. Kate Bowler, for being here. We really appreciate you. And everyone, please, you can get No Cure for Being Human and Other Truths I Need to Hear. It is everywhere books are sold. Thanks again.
You guys,
Thank you.
Thank you.